So, like everyone in the world, I have always wanted to travel and experience culture and see the world for myself. And I was given that opportunity very early in my life, my junior year of high school. I participated in a student exchange program where a student named Johanna came and stayed with my family and I for about 17 days in October of my junior year. And then that summer, going into my senior year, I went and stayed with her and her family for about 17 days. And while my intentions of originally joining were to be able to travel with my best friends and to get a trip to Germany for a little bit, it became so much more than I could have ever expected. To me, what's great about student exchange programs and what could be great about it to you is that no matter what phase you are in your life, how old you are, where you live, what you're doing, you can participate in some kind of foreign exchange program. I was 17 at the time when I did mine, but my teacher was old enough to have kids, and she also participated in the exchange and lived with someone else, and they lived with her. And I think that's just amazing that at any point in your life, you can participate in this. So if you hear anything that you wish you could learn or want to foster better, you should maybe try this. The experience that I had gave me three major lessons that I feel like the exchange itself kind of presented into my life and kind of reinforced and helped grow. So through this exchange, I really learned the ability to be able to see through a stranger's perspective and adapt my actions to that perspective. I also learned how to learn from more than just textbooks. And I learned how to grow and maintain a friendship in an unlikely situation. So at just 17, I was responsible for someone else's life. Yeah, that sounds pretty scary, but I was responsible for her physical well-being, emotional well-being, and mental well-being. And that was really scary for me. I remember waking up every day and I was like, I have got to make sure she gets across the road safe, gets in my car and buckles up both ways. I was so just afraid all the time. And about 5 days into my trip, we had her first football game, I guess, during the stay, and I was on drill team, so we had to stay and actually clean the locker room and do all this stuff, so we didn't get on the road to head home until pretty late. And at about midnight, we got pulled over by a police officer about 3 minutes away from my house for speeding. And while I wasn't really freaked out about it, I knew what I had done, and I knew that this was a common thing. My student, Johanna, was terrified. I looked at her and everything about her rang panic. And that was kind of my first second during that trip where I realized, yes, this is scary for me, but I have not even paused to think about what this is like for her. So really that idea of just being able to look through someone else's perspective and kind of experience what they're experiencing was presented to me in that moment with her. And that ability has been so much used so much in my life now. I can't believe I didn't really ever have that in my mind before. Now when I'm given the chance to, I always look through whoever's perspective I'm with or people that I'm maybe considering in the situation, and it helps affect my choices and my actions so much better. I'm able to better make choices and to fit situations better. And it's going to be super beneficial in my career's future, but it's also beneficial now. I learned how to gain education in weird ways. Before that, I always thought learning consisted of textbooks and, TED Talks and professionals, but I learned so much from her and her family that I just never would have thought of. Johanna's sister actually took me to dinner one night, and her and I talked for hours about this, that, and the other, but mainly politics. She was really curious about American politics, and I was really curious about German politics, and we got to talking about how crazy it would be if I could just speak with someone from her country about politics that was in politics. Well, actually about 3 days before, she had emailed her mayor and asked him to come meet us, and he did. So we actually got to meet him, and this is us in their city's newspaper article, and that's the mayor. And this was all me with my classmates and her with her German classmates. And he came and talked with us about everything. And the title of this actually says, Make Geisenheim Great Again, because we were talking about Donald Trump a good chunk at the time. But that experience would have never been presented to me without the student exchange. And I'm so grateful for that ability to be able to learn and just sense of more than just a textbook, you know? And I really foster that now in my life. That third point that I really kind of reinforced one was maintaining a friendship. I really started from square one with her, and I actually had to learn how to build a friendship with her based off of very minuscule common things. And that ability to be able to make a friendship out of something unlikely has benefited me so much in my life. I can't even explain it. So, just those abilities to be able to learn through different situations, to be able to see through a stranger's eyes, and to be able to maintain and build a friendship out of an unlikely situation is something that I'm so grateful that I learned from this. And actually, I am meeting up with her again next summer when her family comes to vacation. And I'm so excited to be able to talk with her and to continue my friendship with her and to continue build these traits that I learned from this program. So if you are considering it, I hope you do it. Thank you.